The news broke like a thunderclap. Sam Heughan, Scotland's pride, the face of Outlander, the man millions admired for his strength and charm, was rushed to the hospital today. The headline alone was enough to freeze fans in disbelief. For someone who had always embodied resilience, this moment was unthinkable. The first reports trickled in through entertainment outlets, vague and chilling. Sam Heughan hospitalized. No context, no details, just enough to spark panic. Within minutes, social media ignited. Twitter flooded with frantic messages. Is he okay? What happened to Sam? Instagram fan pages posted black and white photos of the star with captions like, "Praying for you, Jamie Fraser." The sense of dread spread globally, from Scotland to America to Japan. For years, Sam has been larger than life. His portrayal of Jamie Fraser wasn't just acting, it was a cultural phenomenon. Fans clung to his image as the fearless warrior who could survive any battle, the romantic hero who never faltered. Off-screen, his reputation was just as strong. He was known for his discipline, his relentless fitness routines, his adventurous spirit. He seemed untouchable. And yet, tonight's news shattered that illusion. Eyewitnesses near the hospital claimed to have seen him escorted by staff, shielded from cameras by umbrellas and security. Some described his expression as pale and weary, a stark contrast to the charismatic energy fans know so well. Others insisted he walked on his own, but with visible strain. Nothing was confirmed, but every whisper added to the storm. The irony was haunting. Just weeks ago, Sam was smiling on red carpets, his laughter echoing through interviews. He spoke of upcoming projects, charity events, the future of Outlander. No one could have guessed that behind the smiles, he might have been carrying a burden so heavy it landed him in a hospital bed. Theories spread like wildfire. Some pointed to exhaustion, citing his relentless schedule, filming, press tours, fitness campaigns, even running his own businesses. He never rests, fans wrote. Maybe his body finally said enough. Others feared something darker, a sudden illness, a hidden condition, or even the toll of years spent under the crushing weight of fame. The truth remained elusive, and that uncertainty only deepened the fear. For Katrina Balfe, his closest co-star and confidant, the moment must have been devastating. Sources claimed she was informed immediately, her reaction described as shaken but strong. Their bond, forged through nearly a decade of working side by side, has always been a source of fascination. And now, as the world worried for Sam, Katrina was once again thrust into the spotlight, not for her own career, but as the woman most closely tied to his life. Inside the hospital, silence reigned. No official statement was released. Fans camped outside, holding signs, lighting candles, praying for updates. Reporters swarmed the scene, their questions growing louder with every passing hour. What's wrong with Sam? How serious is it? Will he recover? The absence of answers made the questions unbearable. The situation carried an almost cinematic weight. The man who played a Highland warrior, who fought through centuries of love and loss on screen, was now facing a battle of his own, and this time, it wasn't scripted. This time, it was real. What makes this moment so heartbreaking isn't just the uncertainty about his condition. It's the realization that even someone as seemingly invincible as Sam Heughan is human. That behind the flawless smile, the disciplined physique, and the heroic roles, there is vulnerability. There is fragility. There is pain. The world waits tonight, restless and anxious. Fans refreshing their feeds, news anchors speculating, tabloids circling for scraps of information. But beyond the frenzy, there is genuine love, a global wave of support that transcends celebrity, that comes from people who see in Sam not just a star, but a man who has given them stories, comfort, and inspiration. And so the cliffhanger remains. Why was Sam Heughan hospitalized today? Is it exhaustion, illness, something far more serious? No one knows for certain. What we do know is this: the world is holding its breath, united in shock, waiting for answers, praying for the recovery of the man who has given them so much. The news of Sam Heughan's hospitalization did not fade with the setting sun. Instead, it grew louder, echoing across continents. amplified by the relentless 24-hour news cycle. What began as a single headline transformed into a global event. For millions of fans, it felt less like a celebrity update and more like a personal blow. By morning, hashtags such as #PrayForSam, #StayStrongHeughan, and #OutlanderFamily United trended at the top of social media platforms. Twitter threads chronicled his entire career, from his early days as a struggling actor in Scotland to his meteoric rise as Jamie Fraser. Instagram feeds filled with fan art, old interviews, and heartfelt messages. On TikTok, tearful fans posted videos holding candles or reciting their favorite lines from Outlander, turning personal grief into public rituals of solidarity. The press, however, was merciless. Tabloid headlines screamed in bold letters, "Outlander star collapses under pressure. What really sent Sam Heughan to the hospital? The secret struggle of a global icon." Paparazzi hovered outside the hospital gates, their lenses trained on every black car that entered or exited, desperate to capture the first images of Sam or his closest allies. The hospital's silence only fanned the flames. Without official statements, speculation thrived. Theories clashed. Some insisted it was physical exhaustion, a body pushed past its limits by years of filming, traveling, and business ventures. Others whispered of deeper issues, citing the unbearable pressure of fame and the toll of living under constant scrutiny. A few went further still, weaving wild stories of hidden illnesses or dramatic breakdowns. Each theory, whether grounded or fantastical, found its audience, feeding a public too hungry for answers to wait for truth. In the midst of the chaos stood Katrina Balfe. Her name became inseparable from the headlines. Fans demanded updates from her, pleading for reassurance. Would she confirm details? Would she appear at the hospital? While Katrina remained publicly quiet, sources close to the actress described her as deeply shaken. She had always spoken of Sam not only as a co-star but as her other half on set, the person she trusted implicitly through the most grueling days of production. Now, as he lay in a hospital bed, she carried the weight of global expectation to speak on his behalf. The production team behind Outlander found themselves in crisis mode. With filming schedules looming, promotional tours planned, and contracts hanging in the balance, uncertainty reigned. Could the show continue if its leading man was sidelined indefinitely? Would studios have to rewrite storylines, delay projects, or even confront the unthinkable, moving forward without Sam? Behind closed doors, executives debated, knowing that whatever they decided, fans' fury or heartbreak would be inevitable. Meanwhile, outside the entertainment industry, ordinary people connected with the story on a human level. News anchors and columnists spoke of Sam not as a distant star but as a man who had given the world years of entertainment, laughter, and hope. They urged compassion, reminding audiences that beneath the glamour of Hollywood lies the same fragility that touches every human life. But as supportive as the messages were, the darker side of fame lingered like a shadow. Online trolls twisted the story, spreading cruel rumors or mocking the outpouring of grief. Some questioned whether the hospitalization was exaggerated, even staged, to manipulate publicity. Their voices were few but loud, injecting venom into what was otherwise a chorus of love and solidarity. For Sam himself, silence remained his only weapon. No tweets, no Instagram posts, no official photos, just the silence of a man behind hospital walls, leaving the world outside to spiral in speculation. And yet, that very silence became its own kind of statement. It forced fans to reckon with the reality that they did not own him, that their hero was fighting a battle they might never fully understand. Still, hope clung stubbornly to the hearts of those who adored him. "He's Jamie Fraser," one fan wrote. "If anyone can fight through this, it's Sam." The line spread like wildfire, a rallying cry for a global family desperate to believe their hero would rise again. As the second night fell, the world remained restless. Some prayed, some argued, some waited in quiet sorrow. But all were united by one truth. Sam Heughan, the man who had given life to a love story that transcended time, was now writing his own story of struggle and survival. And the question that lingered in every heart was the same. Will he emerge from this battle as strong as the warrior we believe him to be? Or has fame finally exacted its most devastating price?